And good morning and welcome back to the Windy Fire update for September 30th. The fire's currently 88,000 acres, 68. The fire's currently 35% contained, and we'll go ahead and get started with a kind of an update of the fire currently. We'll start off here on the Western Divide Highway. Everything's holding well. No issues or concerns coming back into the south side of the Ponderosa community. Along the containment lines, everything's holding well. We gained some additional containment here, as you can see on the map, and it comes back around kind of the east side of the Lloyd Meadow Road. And then coming back south past Lower Peppermint Campground, everything's looking real well. Minimal heat across this section of the fire coming parallel on the Lloyd Road, and then everything over here is still looking good coming back into the Mountain 99 road. Everything's still looking good as you come down south of the Mountain 99 road here. We still have some isolated heat signatures. Currently, the hand crews and resources in this area are looking for the most viable option to contain this portion of the fire. The fire's still in a pretty rugged part of the eastern side of the mountain there, so they're looking at options to either go direct along the fire's edge or looking at indirect options that are a little bit further off of the main fire's edge. Coming down the south end of the fire here, the fire's still pretty active and quite a bit of heat signature down here on the southeast end of the fire. And then as you come around here just west of Baker Point here, crews are able to grab some of these spot fires individually and contain them. And then the bulk of the spot fires adjacent to the main primary line have been contained inside of the main footprint of our containment feature. Coming back into this section of the fire, crews continue to go a combination of direct along the fire's edge and then a little bit indirect where more favorable ground or terrain features will help benefit for them to contain the fire. Coming back into Sugarloaf here, still structure defense, continuing to mop up and secure the fire perimeter coming around towards the White River area. And then in this area, the last few days, they've tried to go direct as possible. There are some sections of the fire where they're unable to go direct on the fire's edge, so they'll be looking at cutting those sections off with dozers and hand line, and then looking at potential firing operation to tie that fire back into a control feature like a road. Coming in the back end of Pine Flat here, everything's holding and securing. Crews continue to mop up and secure behind here. And then coming into the Deer Creek area, keep continuing out towards Hot Springs Work Center. Everything's looking really good. Continue to mop up and secure and put control line in along the main line. Coming right here towards the Mountain 50 road, the switchback, crews were able to go direct on this section of line. They'll continue to mop up and secure in this area. And then right here at the top of the Mountain 50 road by Dead Mill Saddle, they're going to be looking at an option of direct and then indirect options to try to incorporate this section of the line. The indirect dozer lines are tied in all the way back to Lone Pine Mountain. And then all the road systems are prepped and ready out here on the Thule as you come back in towards the west side here. This area of the fire, the terrain's pretty rugged, so they're going to look at an option of doing a firing option here out to the west to bring the fire slowly back into the road systems for containment. As you come out here further to the Thule here, there are areas where they're going to go more direct to keep it shorter, then tie it back into the 212 road, and then everything from the 2 1/4 road heading up to the north there is looking really good. Continuing up in towards the Black Mountain Grove area, everything's holding secure along the 94 road or the Coy Flat road, and coming back into this section here where the fire's bumped into the Castle Burn Scar, everything's looking really good. There are a little few isolated heat sources out here, and they'll continue to go after those as they get the resources to do so. So just wanted to clarify for what I'm speaking about direct line and indirect line. Direct line is basically right along the fire's edge, pretty much 1 foot in the inside of the black burnt area and 1 foot kind of out in the green. Indirect is when we have terrain features that won't allow the firefighters to be right directly on the edge, whether it's because of terrain features or fire activity, how hot the fire is. Indirect is used when we have flame lengths higher than 4 feet. They're usually going to back off or terrain features that won't allow them to be right on the fire's edge. Direct is when we're right on the fire's edge, chasing the fire direct as possible, minimizing the spread. Indirect's used to help keep the firefighter safer position, and as we kind of come around, we use firing techniques to bring the fire back into those control features. It's a little bit safer position, so we don't have the firefighter out here where we can't get him off the hill if we have an injury. The Kern River corridor actions here, we are looking at ordering up some super scoopers. We're looking at the feasibility of having them pull water out of the Kern Lake Isabella and utilizing that as a along this corridor here in this section where we're having problems getting people in here due to access. Other than that, that'll end the report. Thank you.